Hello, everyone. I am live. I know a little bit early. I just want to make sure that I wasn't going to have any issues. Because, if you don't start early and you have issues, then I can fix them. But if I don't, then I will be late. So we're just going to get things set up real quick. All right. So let me get my stuff together here. All right. So welcome everybody to another stream. I'm Taylor, as always. I'm sorry we didn't have streaming Fridays last week. It was a company holiday for Techopolis, so I was able to relax for once, maybe. But yeah, so we didn't have streaming Fridays because I was off. But I'm back, and I don't want to say better than ever, but man, I am all set up today. I went back to Restream. If you guys know, I used to use that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this more. So I'm back to Restream, back to my old setup, and hopefully without any issues. So welcome everybody. We're gonna be building some stuff today. It's gonna be really cool. I'm excited. Um, yeah, really excited about that. All right. Do I prefer bacon or sausage? Spam spam. Oh, unmute. You're gonna try to start the food talk again. I'd say sausage. Bacon's okay, but sausage, I really like it. Welcome. Unmute. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Again, welcome everybody to another Streaming Fridays. And of course, I'm Taylor, as always, and we're gonna be making some web app stuff today. And we're going to be using Claude Code as always, one of my favorite tools, and a little utility that I made on Monday. If any of y'all have checked the GitHub, or the description rather, you would have seen a GitHub repo that I made. It's called Dictate. I'll talk about that more in a minute. But yes, we're going to be using my own tool, and hopefully it works. Because I've tested it throughout this week, but I have not tested it being on Zoom. So we're going to troubleshoot as we go, I guess. But the main project we're working on today is something called Beyond the Gallery. It's a Apple Shortcuts community. And we tried to do this last year in Cursor, but it was just not effective. So we're redoing it. I got a lot of it done, at least some of it. So we're going to keep going and we're going to see how much we can get done. But basically, for those who don't know, it's a place where you can share and upload Apple shortcuts so others can see them. It's a site like Routine Hub or others, but of course, more fair and ethical. But of course, all of these Claude credits cost a lot of money. And no, Anthropic is not paying me. I wish they were. But who is paying me? Well, it's Techopolis. As always, you guys probably like, oh yeah, I've heard this sponsor pitch many times. But a lot of AI is going more cloud-based and more heavy usage and expensive, right? Lots of expensive AI. But have you ever thought about AI running on your device? Have you ever thought about AI that's actually native to your iPhone or your Mac or potentially maybe even Windows in the future? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway, Perspective Intelligence is a AI app that you could be able to use on your phone that you could be able to ask it questions and use models on your device. No download required. if you're using the foundation models. And if you don't have a phone that supports those, you can download different models that will work. And there's also vision features, and there's also agents coming in 1.6. Yes, you could do agent training. So, you can download the app for free in the description. And if you want to support us and get the all access features, that is for $5.99 per month or $50 a year. So, Techopolis, thank you again for sponsoring me. And as always, thank you again. So, got that out of the way. So, let's actually get some coding done. Let me go ahead and check chat to make sure we're good on there. And then we're going to start working on some features. I have the site. Actually, I'm going to have it open real quick, and then I'm going to show you guys this dictate tool that I made. And I'll show you guys, like I said, it's on GitHub, so you guys could look at the repo. Hopefully, it's for Mac Terminal, and it's written in Python. So, let's do this thing, shall we? All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything set up here real quick. I have a terminal open, and then I'm just going to, of course, get the links open. I just accidentally closed everything. Yay. So, yeah, and of course, it's been an interesting day. I woke up to my Windows computer in this room deciding it was going to update and speak like crazy. I was like, oh my goodness, it spoke at like 5 in the morning. So, yay. Anyway, we're not talking about that. I'm just getting things set up real quick. I just need to get the links. So, we are going to work on some code and talk about my web stack. So, let me here. Okay, here we go. So, all right. So somebody's asking me, why did we cancel the stream 2 weeks ago? Well, yeah, it's a good question. So that Friday, Michael and I were having a meeting, and we realized that our railway that we were using was not going to fit our needs. I'm not going to go into it now, but basically, it was just because of support and lack of team features. So what we decided to do is go with DigitalOcean. Now, DigitalOcean, obviously, as you all know, has been around for a very long time, but they have a Heroku alternative that's actually serverless, and it's called the App Platform. And they have different like prices. You can have static sites or whatever for free. But DigitalOcean App Platform is really, really cool, and I like it a lot. I have like 4 apps deployed on there right now, and it's probably going to cost us 15 to 20 bucks a month. I've not figured that out quite yet because we've only been there a month. But and it will auto scale just like Heroku. Because trust me, I love Heroku, and it was very hard to break up with it, but I just had to. So, because it was just getting way too expensive, and Salesforce was ruining Heroku. So I'm using DigitalOcean App Platform. I'm also using Next.js, and I'm using React and Tailwind CSS. For my database, I'm using Neon, and Neon is a serverless Postgres database, and you can have up to 20 projects for free in your account on the free plan, and then if you need to upgrade, I think it's like $5. So, yeah, that is Neon, and yeah, I'll show you guys everything that we're going to be using today. I really like our stack. It's running very fast. Normally, I never put the development site on the chat, but I wanted to see that way you guys could see how it evolves. And this will be eventually the new Beyond the Gallery site. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. I'm not going to share the screen reader because the Claude Code is very chatty with emojis, and that's just going to throw me off. But I will explain everything that I'm doing. Of course, you'll all be able to hear all my prompts because I'm going to dictate. That way we can get things done faster. So I will explain everything. Okay. So Now, okay, so let me think. What else do I need to do? I think I'm going to, let's see, I fixed the cards. I'm just figuring out exactly what I got to do. I fixed all Michael's bugs. Michael had a bunch of bugs for me to fix earlier today. So I'm going to try to sign in. Now, the issue is I don't know that I remember my password. So let me see if I can remember. I'm going to sign in to the, we're using Firebase for auth. Oh yeah, that's right. Sign in. As you notice, again, there's probably a lot of bugs here, which there are. Apple will not work yet. We've not set that up. I think it's, I'm just going to sign in real quick. These are fake credentials, so you guys don't need to see them. Okay. And boom. Oh, oh, man. Okay. All right. So let me stop sharing because I need to get my password. I don't remember the password for my own platform. That's awesome. Okay. I did add a forgot password yesterday, so we'll see if I need to use that. But I really, Michael started this whole thing, so I don't remember making the account. Aha. Okay. Luckily for me, I do not need to log in because I remember my password. So let me reshare. So you notice it has skipped content, beyond the gallery. So submit is for submitting a shortcut. We'll do that later today, I'm sure. And then admin is for the admin dashboard. You guys will get to see behind the scenes of how this platform will work as I'm developing it. So right now I'm just kind of auditing and figure out my next point of attack. So let me see. Discover basic shortcuts. Ah, I know what I need to do. Okay. So let's fix this. So it should say submitted by whoever. So let me, basically it has submitted January 26th, but it should say like submitted by Tailwind at on January 26th or something. So let me do that. So I'm gonna, my dictate works like this, Command Shift D. Well, shoot. It's not gonna work. Hold on. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Hold on. I guess that's not gonna work. Well, that's unfortunate. Wait a minute. Might work. Nope. Okay. So let me, I guess I have to type these all out. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought I was going to be able to do this. I guess because the Zoom is using the microphone. Let me actually check what microphone Zoom's using. I was like, dang it. Okay. Okay. So I guess I cannot do that. All right. I guess I'll just type everything out. I was hoping to show you my platform. Let me change it to studio display. See if that makes it work. Okay. Man, that's unfortunate. Okay, well, I guess that's not gonna work. I guess normally if I have a Zoom call, it should work, but it doesn't. So we're just gonna type everything out. All right, I would like to have where I can have it say the author, like submitted by Tay Art. I do have another tool on my toolbar if I need to use it. Perspective Transcribe. Actually, Intelligence also has the whisper capability, but all right. So it's reading right now, percolating, as Claude likes to do. So basically what we're doing is we're adding a submitted by author, right? So submitted by Tayart. Okay. It's really unfortunate about the dictation. So we'll fix it. So we'll deal with it later. So basically it has the code, class name. This looks good. So basically I'm just again try to okay. So I'm just having it look at this real quick. What I might use is transcribe. So if I'm making big changes, I might have transcribe open on my phone and then I might record. Now I'll show you guys how that works because then I could just do universal copy from my Mac. So all right, this works good. I'm just looking at Claude's code. It's modifying the yep, added submitted by right before the date. Good. That way it can be more parallel to what our other sites like. Okay. Yes, I want that. Of course, Claude is deciding it's going to freeze with a screen reader. This happens sometimes. So bear with me. All right, here we go. So it's working on it. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm accepting Claude's prompts. So it's just making changes and then I'll describe what it did. So what it has right now is it has the, for example, a drip pipes shortcut, and then it has submitted by Tailwind on whatever date, right? So that's what we're doing here. That way it's more like the WordPress site. So that's kind of what our goal is here. I'm getting a call. All right, let me get rid of this call. Gotta love it. Oh, I love spam calls. Okay, let me actually put my phone do not disturb. There we go. I knew I was forgetting something, but that's what I was forgetting. All right, here we go. One, yep, I want to make an edge page TSX. Close this. There we go. Okay. So now, let me turn on my do not disturb. I'm just accepting the submitted, the Claude. I'm not doing me auto edits because I always want to make sure it's a good code. Okay, still working on it. So again, I just like, do you want to make this edit to whatever? And then it has the code above it. So that's how Claude works. Now it's doing a next build where it checks TypeScript errors and compilation. So that's what I'm doing right now. All right. So, what I'm doing now is, let me just make sure here. Um, oh, okay, I guess I was apparently robotic. Let me turn off my do not, I got a phone call, so turn on do not disturb. You know, I really need to have an automation, so if I've got a stream scheduled, I'll just turn do not disturb on. I really just need that, but you know, I didn't think about that. So I'm just checking chat while Claude's working. All right, what do you guys think about this chat? You guys are pretty quiet today. I'm just checking chat. All right, so making sure that's good. All right, so there we go. Oops. Okay. By the way, Claude takes up a lot of memory, if you all don't know. So right now I'm just trying to get my stuff back because it's taking a lot of memory. But mind that was zooming. You've got a memory hog. All right, what's going on here? I didn't want to interrupt Claude. Whoops. Keep going. So we're reticulating. Claude has these little status phrases it likes to use, like flibberty gibbert, reticulating, sock hopping. That's my Claude's favorite. Okay. So now I'm gonna commit it. Like I said, I'm just working on the dev site, so that's why I'm just gonna put it on production so I can test it more easily. Because the local server sometimes Firebase doesn't like to log into that. So oh, everything push it all. Okay. Boondoggling. These weird words. Okay. I'm gonna push. And I don't like Claude sometimes because it like says get add and then it has all the files. It should just do a get add period. I don't know why it does that. It drives me a little nuts. Right. So now, Claude also has these suggested prompts where you can actually see what it's doing. And be like, oh, I guess you want to check the deploy status. I don't want to. So another thing is that we have an internal app called TechOpolis Notify that lets us know when our builds are done from DigitalOcean building. So I made that with Claude one weekend. We have a VPS and it's connected. All right. So what else? Let me see. I'm gonna check this on the dev server and also the production stuff. While it's building, I'm gonna check and I'm going to do an accessibility audit of the admin dashboard. Okay. So I'm just checking chats. Nope. Okay. So what I'm gonna actually do here is I'm gonna check the admin dashboard because Michael was working on that. I'm gonna use my transcribe app here. Again, this is not publicly available, but I'm gonna record myself. Okay. So I'm checking out the Beyond the Gallery dev admin dashboard. So, whoops, my phone does not want to stay on the desk, I guess. And I'm gonna go through it with accessibility and see what I can find. So, let me go to admin. All right. Admin dashboard, I like the H1. Shortcuts, users, categories, email. That's correct. Okay, so I'm not sure. I think I would like, let me see, let me keep going up here. I'm gonna just check one of these. I'm gonna go to users. It's just us. Okay. So of course I can't edit myself. So what I actually would like here is we have a more actions pattern in one of our other repos. It's our start testing enterprise application, and it's in my developer folder. I would like you to look at that more actions pattern, and that way the edit and delete can be consolidated under more actions. I feel like that would be a better experience, and that would go through with all of our structure. I would also like where it has in our start testing application, our tables have like skip to end of table, skip to top of table. I like our table patterns there as well. This does not have that, so I'd like you to look at how we do it in that other application and then decipher how we can do it here. So that's something else I would like. Let me see here. All right, so there's only two of us. I would also like a way, eventually, I'm not sure if we're going to actually do this, but it may be helpful to add users manually here. I'll put a question mark next to this one. I don't think we will, but let's say we need to add somebody direct, like if we needed to import. Actually, I think that could be helpful, unless we could do that in Firebase. So I'll just put a question mark there, maybe. We'll keep that in the backlog. Okay. Categories, let me see here. Oh. So interesting. Let me look at this again. Okay, so it has name, slug, blank. Again, I would also have the more actions pattern that we have in start testing. I have that here. Color blank. So does that mean there's no color? I feel like this is, I don't know, it's hard for me to tell as a screen reader user. If there's no color, it should just say no color and not just blank. I feel like I need to know, is there actually a color or is there a color it's not reading? And if there is a color, it should read like red, green, blue, yellow, things like that. And I can delete and edit. So that's categories. Email. All right, so let's do my iCloud. Send test email. Okay, one thing I noticed right here is it should not read the whole message ID and the alert with Aria. This is a huge message ID, and I just got blasted with a bunch of numbers and letters and things that did not make sense. So I just say message sent to Tailart, whatever, something. Message sent to recipients. I like that it actually reads the message name and that says it's sent. So that's something I'd keep. All right. And then there's a Taylor Art link here, which is just my profile, I guess. For this, oh, it has my email twice in here. I would actually look what we have for start testing again, because we've already made these patterns. I don't want you to copy the actual colors, but like we have a profile. It's under the user menu. And I actually have it here because if I click on Taylor Art, I don't know what I'm actually doing. So having that there would be actually really helpful, just where it will say, for example, like, you know, user menu for Tailor Art or whatever, how we have it defined there, and then have the profile. And then I'd also like to be able to define a profile picture with Gravatar or upload manually, and it should actually have the date. So member since February 1st, 2026 or something. Because it just says member as of recently, which is not very helpful. Your shortcut, submit shortcut here. All right, so that's good. If I submit, let me see if I don't have a shortcut to submit right now, but let me just go through this. So let's see. I go check for URL. Okay, so that's pretty fine there. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this, and then Claude will take my feedback and we'll work with it. Okay, y'all. So as you just heard, that is how I kind of go about my testing session. So whenever I'm working on testing or doing big bug finding sessions with Michael. That's actually how I do it. I record myself and then I put it into a proprietary enterprise application, start testing, and then I go ahead and I work with Claude to fix the items I found. So that's kind of how I do it. I make it like a brain dump. Okay. So let me check on the other changes now. Let's see how they are. Um, I'm going robotic. Okay, well that's interesting because I only have my Zoom and I only have Terminal. So that's fascinating. Um, I swear, y'all. Let me go. I think I need a bigger, better computer because this thing I have only. Let me see what my. I don't even have Parallels open. What? Um. Interesting. Okay, so Zoom is taking up most of my resources, Michael. So I can't really get rid of anything. Um, and I only have Safari and that open. So we're just gonna have to figure it out. Because I only have. Oh, so this almost worked, but it has the user ID and not the username. So like the ID. So this almost works. But no, this is not what we want. It should actually have the user-friendly name. But it's close. It's really close. It's just not quite. So now let me check chat. If I am robotic, I will try to fix it. But Zoom is taking up most of my CPU. So kind of need Zoom. All right, no chats. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fix this other bug. So basically, I'm saying this has the user ID, not like the name. It's like Taylor or Michael. Yeah, I guess it has like the UUID from the database. That's fine. We could show that, show the display name. That's fine. We could do that. I don't even know how to change the display name though. So I have to figure that out. So I'm just accepting, looking at the code here. Good. So I'm now going to look at the stuff here. So I am now going to go ahead and check out and see what's going on here. If it works. I swear, like I said, I'm going to start a local dev server. Just check it out. Come on, dev. Oops, a minute. No. Hold on. Let me check what's hogging my port. Interesting. I'm going to kill the other process on 3000. I don't want to use 3001 because it's going to screw things up. Good. Now, I do npm, oops, run dev. Good. Next.js. I'm going to check out, I'm going to do just run this locally a minute to check it out. All right, so now I'm at local. Let's see here. So, yay! Submitted by Michael Doyes. Okay, so this is exactly what I wanted. So we are good here. So this is exactly what I wanted. It has the submitter, which is great. So I'm very happy about that. The deploy has finished, and it's time to do my big massive list of things here. And I also want to, I think I want to add a feature to be able to delete shortcuts. I think that'd be helpful. Thank y'all for being here. If you guys want, if you guys are here, tell me what you guys are up to. Just chat. If you guys don't want to, that's okay too. We're making some web stuff today. Specifically in Next.js Neon for the database and DigitalOcean, React, and that kind of fun stuff. So, and Tailwind. All right, so I'm going to go copy this monologue to my clipboard, and we're going to have Claude work on this. I'm going to probably start a new conversation. All right, I copied it. And then, magic of Apple. I could just do /clear. Oops, shoot. I could type. And then just paste. And then look at this. All right. So it got all my feedback and it's gonna deal with it. So we'll see what it does. Why am I? It's on. Okay, let's see. It's a great accessibility review. Okay. So let's see what we can come up with. So we'll see. So I'm gonna have it. I basically pasted a huge transcript of things I wanted to work on. And I may do that from time to time, just do a big testing session. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I need to test see if I got my test email real quick. Let me look on my phone. I'm testing. Don't think I got the email. Let me check. I did, but it got my spam. Oh, that's not acceptable. You know what? I guess that's fine because it was a test email. But yes, my email engine is working. So that'll be good. Great. Awesome. I'm glad that the emails are working. Ori, how much is our DigitalOcean costing? So, Michael, you may have to help me with this one if you're around. But so right now, again, we've only had this for less than a month. Keep in mind we also have a DigitalOcean space, and I think that's $5 for 250 gigabytes, Michael, if you're listening. And then our apps, I think each of them are going to cost $5. Again, we've not had it for a whole month yet, so I can't really give a full price. But if you want, if you haven't had a DigitalOcean account yet, you can get $200 worth of credit. They're doing a thing right now for 60 days. And so right now, like I said, it updates the cost every day. So right now, I think our costs are like 15, $20, or no, $16. But then again, we've got like 4 apps or 5 because we've got one that has a staging site, our start testing. Um, so yeah, I can't really give a full cost yet. I think we also have another droplet on there. So really, and then if you have a static site, it's free. And then if you have like 3 or more, I think it's $3 a static site. I think or 250. Again, I'm not fully sure. Yeah, Michael, if you know, let me know. They go based on like a credit system kind of, but it's based on like, the pricing of the specific item. So like it's just depending on what you're getting. Basically, like if you're getting the spaces, it's $5 for 250 gigabytes. If you're getting the app platform, they have different like configurations. So I think the cheapest one I got was 250, and then there's a $5, $12. There's a bunch of them. But yes, it will cost as you scale up. But more of them do that than ever. I guess that's the best answer I can give. But thanks for asking. Okay, yes, and it does work through GitHub, so I can make it deploy through Git, and it will show up. So absolutely it will show up on GitHub. All right. So right now it's exploring and it's trying to come up with some solutions to my feedback that I just did when I recorded. So that's kind of what it's doing. It's looking at the other code base that I told it about. And I'm going to try to use patterns from that as well for this application. So we'll see. This might take a minute because I gave it a bunch of things to do. So we'll see. 5 tasks, 0 done. Oh yeah, somebody asking me what cloud plan do I have. I'm a max 5x, $100. Max plan. Yep. All right. What other things do I have here? Okay. Nothing yet. Again, hopefully you guys are liking this. So what I'm currently doing for those who are just joining is I'm working on a Apple Shortcuts platform. We tried to do this last year. It didn't work. However, we're getting pretty close this year, and I'm hoping we'll be able to transition the WordPress site onto the platform we're building right now. And I'm using Next.js, Neon, Tailwind, React, and DigitalOcean to build this platform. And of course, Claude Code. Can't forget about Claude Code. And I'm describing everything as I'm going. So hopefully everybody will follow along. And I also have the link to the DigitalOcean so you guys can see how this thing evolves. Of course, that link will not be valid eventually when we actually move to prod, but you guys can see at least how it goes now. So, all right, it's still working. Oh, I guess it needed my, okay. I guess it needed my approval. I didn't know that. All right, so it's consolidating more actions like I told it to. And then what I'll do is I'll do another testing session like I did. I like to do those big recordings where I just go through the entire app and test it. I do that a lot. All right, so what it's doing right now is it's looking through the profile and trying to make it a proper user menu. So that's what we're up to. So that's what we're up to. It says, do you want me to list these commands? Let me see what it's saying. Oh, wants to find the start testing code base? Absolutely find it. I'm just gonna auto find things. I don't want to make it approve finding things. I was like, I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna let it find, look at the patterns from the other code base, and then see what it comes up with. And another thing I was looking at, let me look at the app again. I'm gonna man tab here. I'm on a Mac for this. Don't know. I don't see. Let me go to the prod. Oops, I don't want me to go to YouTube. Me. Um. Oh, there was a sign out button. I think I should actually make that a link. So I may end up doing that. I'm just looking at everything here. But these are just small things here. I do have to look at categories as well, but I'll do that in a minute. All right, so it's twisting, as Claude Code likes to give these words, for 3 minutes. So I gave it a lot of feedback to look at. So okay. many of these tasks are done. Okay, it's reading 3 files. It's twisting and it's working on the consolidating the more actions. Good. So what I want right now is it has edit and delete separate columns. I just want an actions or more actions where it just has all the actions and I can just do everything in one dropdown. So I'm working on that. Again, these are patterns that we use for start testing. So I want to make it pretty similar to that. So what I'm doing now is I'm just working on that. Anybody in chat wants to comment? So currently it is searching for the different code base. So it's twisting for 5 minutes and has 13K tokens. It's working on. So this is a pretty big task I gave it. So we'll see what it comes up with. I'm pretty excited about it though. We'll see what happens. You know what? I could put this in the background. I could do Control B and that will put in the background. That way I can work on other things. So I might, maybe, potentially. But you can put a task in the background and that way you can still chat with the agent about something else. So Control B will do that for me. So I just put in the background, Control B. So it's working on a plan. So right now it's in what's called plan mode. And then it will ask me a bunch of questions and then I can kind of say what I want to do. All right. So if anybody is not familiar with Claude Code, that is currently what I'm working on. All right. So I'm just working and getting this thing so that I can be able to work on these features. Okay. All right. Let me check more things here. Um, Michael, let's see, what are you saying yes to? I don't know what you're saying yes to. Oh, yes, like what I said for DigitalOcean. Okay. Aha, breaking news, everybody. Michael has a Substack. You should go follow him at Substack. I'll be putting that in the chat very soon. Michael, throw your chat in the Substack. Or, sure. Woo! Wow, my words are coming out my mouth faster than I can articulate. Michael, put your Substack in the chat. Everybody should go subscribe. Okay, not saying you have to, but I'm going to be sending out a recommendation so that Michael can get users on Substack. Okay, so Michael should put his Substack in the chat. YouTube shouldn't eat the link because he's a moderator. All right, so now we're in plan mode. Claude is asking a bunch of questions, so here we go. Oh my God, Michael's laughing at me. Okay, so for the user menu in the drop down, should we keep the submit and admin as separate items? Yes. Keep them separate. I didn't say keep the get and find them. Yeah, let's skip the adding users manually unless Michael says otherwise. We just skip for now. All right, so submit answers. Good. So I'm submitting the answers. The Claude plan mode, by the way, is really, really cool. Then it will ask me if I want to auto accept edits and clear context and start new chat. I want to manually review everything. So what I do is I usually hit option 3 in Claude. So that's what I usually do. Okay, just making a plan. I'm just reviewing it real quick. This is all good. Oh, so the email reads the full AWS SES message ID. Yeah, we don't need that. Got it. Yes, that's better. So it won't share the ID. Okay. ARIA users. Good. Good. I'm gonna do manual 3, 3. So now it's working on a plan to fix all of my feedbacks. So, all right. So we're working on it basically it's like I want to do this, I want to do that, and it's talking about it. So now this is good code. Oops. It's lollygagging. Cool. Okay. This is good. This is good as well. I'm just trying to read. Oh, I got mentioned in a note on Substack. Well, thank you, Michael. What? Okay. Yes, I want to edit this page. And skip navigation. So it's adding the skip to the bottom of the table, like I was saying. I do want to make this edit to page TSX. Good job. want to make this edit. Good job, Claude. And of course, I'll test it locally first because this is a lot of changes. So, yes, I want to do that. Okay. Yep, that's good. So, yes, this is good. This is good as well. All right, so we're just making some edits. Okay. This is good as always. Oh, no, wait, there's an error. Let me fix it. Okay, here we go. I just had an error with TypeScript. So it's working on it still. And then, like I said, I will do another testing session and I'll show you. I'm just going to validate everything. That way we can make sure. No. Okay. So that one's good. I just fixed an error there. So very helpful. So, anybody in chat? Let me check the chat. Okay. So, yes, I want to change this. I want to work on that. So I'm working on all of these different changes that I outlined. Um, One thing we also did to our emails is if you're in dark mode on your device, we make them in dark mode. If you're in light mode, we make them in light mode. So that's also something we did. So that is something that I have done and it's really well. Great. So I'm just fixing errors. Is working on 5 of 10 tasks. So that's what it's doing. So hopefully, okay, there we go. Here's another file. I'm just adding the category issue I had here. All right. Honestly, I'm moving a lot faster than I thought I would today. I thought this would take me all afternoon. We'll see. I don't know. We'll check it out later. See how it goes. So we'll see. All right. So I'm still working on this, and I'm adding the user menu to the header currently. So I made the components in React. This should work properly. We'll see. Yes. So now it's replacing the profile and sign out with the user menu. That'll be good. I don't want to allow edits. I just want to check this one. This is good. Oh, wait, there's an H4 there. I'm not sure about that. Let me check it. Okay, now it's going to build the project again and check it out, make sure we don't have any errors, and then I'm going to look at it on the server before I deploy. Okay, so the TypeScript check, did it fail? Whoa. Okay, so that passed. So now we're gonna try again. We're not gonna deploy this yet. We're gonna do another testing session. So I'll go back to transcribe and I'll dictate what I think here. But I need to get a shortcuts test. So I don't know what I'm gonna test, so I'm just gonna, I don't know. I'm just gonna make up something real quick. Let's do summarize PDF. Share. I'll share this. I just need the URL. Okay, so we're gonna do a full testing session again. I gotta add the shortcut first. Okay, so I found the shortcut I want to test. Of course, this will not be in the real production because this is already in the gallery. However, I just need simply whoops. Oopsie. Let me try that again. I accidentally activated the shortcut. Share. I'm just gonna get the link. I'm just gonna airdrop this to my MacBook Air. Share. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That did not work as I wanted it. Well, here. Share. Okay, that worked, I guess. Let me go to So we got an error. So it's a long error. Let me paste it in here. Oops. Okay. Let me restart the server. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Oh, great. Hold on. I think the agent started a server. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, they're duplicate Next.js application installations. Cool. Awesome. Great. Fast refresh engine. Oh, great. Hold on. I never heard of this before, so I got to figure out what happened. So we have an Next.js error. Working on it. Of course, with this many changes, I knew that was going to happen, so that's why I didn't want to deploy to production, or I guess to development, whatever. I wanted to test it first. So I'm just trying to reinstall everything real quick. So right now I'm doing which NPM, trying to figure out where the NPM went wrong. So that's what we're up to. I'm going to go through the entire pipeline of doing a shortcut. And then I'll figure out where to go from here. Okay. So I'll figure out exactly where I need to head in terms of, let me see here. What are the changes I gotta make? Some reinstalling. Build, okay, so there's two versions in Node. So we'll try this again. Okay, let me go get my shortcut. Share, copy. I guess I gotta sign in for this one. So let me sign in real quick. Stop sharing screen. Well, you guys don't see my password. What the? What the? Ooh, what's going on? Hold on. I'm getting a bunch of things here. No, I don't want to open that. Hold on a second. Oops. Shush. It's okay. Let me get this thing sorted out. So right now what I'm trying to do is get this sorted out real quick. All right. I'm gonna get my password. Moo. All right. So I'm just logging in real quick. If I can actually type, I'm having trouble. Okay. Here we go. I'm just gonna log in. There we go. Oops. Oh, you know what? I probably should have a show password. That might be helpful. I'm gonna add that to my list. All right, there we go. I'm logged in. I'm gonna shortcuts, share. All right. Close this. We're gonna go here, share. Okay. So we're gonna do a full walkthrough. Full screen. Oh, I like this already. All right, here we go. So what I'm doing right now for those who are just joining is I made a bunch of changes to the app. I finally got myself logged in. And now I'm going to go ahead and do another testing session with my app perspective transcribe to make sure everything is working. So I'm just going to record myself. And you guys are going to get to hear how I do it. This is how I do testing for everything else, by the way. So, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do another testing session and we're going to see what we like and what we don't like. Go back to my app here. I'm going to record. All right. So this is another testing session for Beyond the Gallery web, the new site. And I'm going to be walking through everything that I changed the last time and see if it works well and submitting a shortcut and doing the full workflow. So here we go. So I'm looking at my user menu. profile. Let me look at my profile. All right, I like this. I don't like that my email address is being shown twice. I'm not a huge fan of that. Why? Let's see. I do like how it says member since January 2026. This is a good change. And it has your shortcuts. So I do like that it has that as well. So maybe my TO, interesting. Okay, so I have to look at that. So I do like the profile. It works very well. I don't have any changes thus far to it. So let me, oh wait, actually, hold on, wait. I don't see a way to edit my profile. So I need to add the profile picture URL and I want to add like a bio and make it more like community focused because this is kind of a mini social media. I don't see a way to do that. So again, look at the start testing platform. You will find the profile code that I use there. I should be able to add the manual URL and Gravatar. So that's a bug still. I do like the user menu. That's fixed. Okay. So let me go up here. All right. So I'm going to go to categories. Oh, yeah. All right. So let's see. We have browse by category. I like the icons and things, the colors. Entertainment. Okay. So if I click on one of these, let's see. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is a bug. It says there's one shortcut, but I click on productivity and there's zero. So that has to be fixed. There must be a database mismatch somewhere. So I need to look at that. Okay. I should also have back. I think I should have some basic breadcrumbs. Yeah, I actually should. I should have some basic breadcrumbs in the app. So that's something I want to fix. Okay. Categories. I thought there was one for artificial intelligence. There had to be. Interesting. Okay, I feel like the categories are wrong in terms of, hold on, me, one shortcut, utilities. So utilities works, let me make sure. And for you, the shortcut details it should have like submitted on January, whatever. So it should use the same pattern as the main homepage for the category detail shortcut, like the view. So that's something to keep in mind. Right now, it just has the submitted by username, which is great, but it should also have the date. We need consistency, and that should be happening, of course, and show the icon if it's not already there. So we should fix that. Okay. So I'm going to go to submit now. And I'm going to submit a shortcut. Okay. URL. Oh, okay. So I found a unlabeled button after the shortcut URL. This needs to be labeled for accessibility properly, as I don't know what this button does. So that's not a great thing. Button. I think it's submit. Um, Shortcut found. Fill in the details below. And I should probably set my focus to the thing like we did earlier. So it should set the focus to the text field. And so let's see. Or not to the to the shortcut found. That's what we're looking for. Summarize PDF. Also, we have a heading mismatch that has summarized PDF is at H1, and then the H3 as, wait a minute, hold on, let me refresh. Submit shortcut as H1. Summarize PDF, the name is H3, so we need to fix the heading level and structure. category. Um, I feel like the categories are in the wrong order in the drop down from where they are on the categories page, so we should standardize the order in that drop down. That's something I think we should do. This is a test. Don't publish this in prod, as this is not a real shortcut. Um, Submit for review. Just thinking about it. Shortcut submitted. We'll notify you when it's approved. All right, so I should be getting an email to tell me that it's been submitted. So let me go check my email. Okay, so let me check my email real quick. Um, Oops. I do not think there are emails for new shortcuts submitted, and of course, when the user who submits the shortcut submits it, like there's no email that says, "Hey, there's a new shortcut available for review." So I would thoroughly examine the email templates. Okay, so I would look at that, make sure there's email for everything, and then for the reviewers, it should go to all moderators or admins. All right, so we got to make sure that that is set correctly, because I don't think it is. Okay, so we go to admin now, look at it. And it should say shortcuts. Let's see, me. Summarize PDF for the shortcut name should be a heading. I would honestly opt for that table that we have in start testing. If you look at it, there's like the review table where it has the things that need to be reviewed, where it has the headings, and then the like it's like a table so I could review it. I don't feel like I like this flat structure as much. I would probably prefer what we already know and love in our start testing app. By user and for whatever that the user should actually have the correct user, not just the generated username. 0, we need to get rid of the bullets. 0 what? Downloads. All right, so I can reject, approve, delete. All right, so what happens if I reject it? What does it do? I'm gonna do the rejection. The submitter will not be notified. No, they need to be notified. So that's one thing we need to fix. I also want to make sure we need to have a reason for rejection. So we need to say, why did we reject it, right? Guidelines, rules, whatever. So that should be fixed. Let me cancel this. I canceled it and it went all the way to the top of the page. So remember, modal should be on the target. Look at the accessibility and start testing. Look at that as a way to go forward. Okay. I'm going to approve it. And again, I hit approve and I didn't know anything happened. Then went to no pending. So it should give me an RES status that says your shortcut approved or something. That way I know that it's been approved, just like we did with send emails. Okay, so that is shortcuts. Let me keep going here. Users. Oh, goodness gracious. We do another update on the surface. Okay, so, oh, I do like that table, so I did use the structure. Good job. I do like the actions. Good job. Awesome. M. Michael. Oh, wait a minute. I think I just escaped. Hold on a second. Let me full screen this. It says M. Michael Doyce. Why does it say M? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me look at this. It says M. Michael Doyce. I'm not sure why it has the M. If it's like an icon or something visually, we need to hide it. If it's not needed, get rid of it. So that's something I would make. I do like the table, though, it does follow start testing. So I do like that. Um, you could opt to have filters for like roles and things if you wanted to. And I would, for that, look at the filters code on the items table for start testing. So that is something that I would do. Yeah, actually, I would do that for like filters to filter users. It'd be nice. And that did work. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. No, that did not work. So I used the skip to top of user table, and that did not skip me to the top. So I would ensure that the IDs and things work properly for accessibility so that it would skip. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Actually, let me figure that out. Okay, good. So that actually I lied. I'll cross that out. That does work. Okay. So that does work. Good. So now categories. I'm gonna look at this again. 13 categories. I'm gonna add category. This does not have ARIA attributes. Look at the modals we have on the start testing. This does not match our style. So we need to look at the modals. Remember we do the less dialog grader. We do the HTML modals. I would look at the start testing modal implementation on the like projects or the create because this does not meet the modal standards. And I can't even press escape. Oh, I pressed escape, but I didn't get rid of it. So yeah, this is not an accessible modal. I would fix it. In fact, it's required to fix it. So, all right. So, let's see here. What else I got? Categories. I can't add new because they're not accessible. I do like how it says skip to end to categories table. That has been fixed. So that's a good job. I love it. Purple. Yay. It actually has the name. So it says purple color. Yay. So I like that. That's really helpful. Actions. I like the actions here. Yeah, actions. Edit. Again, the edit modal is not accessible. Oops, sorry. That needs to be fixed. I would thoroughly examine the modal implementation of this app, and I'd look at start testing at the create modal as an example of the modal structure that I require to make this compliant, because the modals on this application are not accessible. So I would really think about that. Okay, let's see. Let me keep going here. Email, let me trust email. Since it's email, oops. Good job. Okay, so that has been fixed. I like the test email thing. That has been crossed off. So I think let me go to the shortcut details. Let me just do a full test real quick. So yeah, the gallery. Let me go to home. I'm just gonna do shortcut details. And again, it has been approved. Good. All right, so that did work when I approved it. It showed up on the front page. So I like that. And I'm gonna go headings. Maybe by Taylor Aren't. It would be cool if there was a link to the user's profile. So say Taylor Aren't link, right? So that would be cool if it would have a link to the user's profile. That way they could look at their other shortcuts. That's just something that I would like. So 0 downloads. It does not need to say 0 download, like 0 and 1 line downloads. Just make it simple. Make it one element for screen readers. They can get shortcut. Cool. Okay, so let's say 0 downloads. Heading level 2. All right, so if I refresh, will the download account update? Probably not. Oh, it did update 1 download. Okay, great. So that does work properly. Okay, other than that, I don't have any feedback on this. So I think that we'll do it for the feedback for this round. And let's go ahead and fix all the issues. Remember, look at the start testing repo for the patterns. Overall, pretty good, but there's just some minor or major bugs that need to be fixed. As as you guys just heard, I just went through the app again with transcribe and I recorded my thoughts. And now I'm going to have Claude fix everything that I just said. And then we'll keep iterating until I feel like it's good. So that is what I'm thinking here. Let me check chat. You guys are quiet in chat today. What do you guys think? Okay. Let me check the. It's still transcribing audio. So it's working on it. So yeah, still transcribing. This may take a second. I'm not going to deploy just yet. I want to make sure I get all these changes fixed. But yeah, I'm not going to probably finish all this today on stream, but I want to show you guys the workflow. So, wow, transcript contains 1,900 words. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start a new conversation. Actually, I'm not going to do that. That's why I lied. Okay. Whoops, I pasted this in the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. Good job. All right. So it's working on looking at this feedback and trying to fix it. Okay. That's a lot of great feedback. Well, I tried. Thanks, Claude. So we'll try to get this working here. There's a lot of feedback that needs to be fixed. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I just pasted a bunch of feedback in the pod. And what I'm trying to do right now is fix some issues. So that is what I'm working on. I have a bunch of issues I just transcribed in with my app here, and I just was on my phone, and then I'm working within my Mac, and I just spoke my thoughts, and now I'm working on I pasted a bunch of feedback. I recorded it was like about 20 minutes, and I recorded a bunch of feedback so that the AI could fix the issues. So I do these a lot for all of our apps. This is how we test, at least when I'm working on major things. Oh, you know what? One other thing I thought about is I need to add, like, if the user's in dark mode, it needs to adapt. I didn't think about that. I need to fix that. So that's something I'll work on next round. Good. It's reviewing the review queue in start testing so that it knows how that works. Good. And then I'll have a big deploy later on once I fix all these issues. All right. Exploring start testing modal pattern. Start testing is kind of our flagship web app, so that's why we try to use all the patterns from there. So yeah, I don't care. Just work on it. All right, so it's just working on stuff here. Drizzling, Claude is saying. So yeah, it's working on all of this feedback I gave it. It's a lot. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I am working on with Claude, trying to get this working. Um, it's not working yet. But that's because I'm working on a plan to get it all fixed. Then I think after this, just kind of all repetitive, just trying to get a bunch of this as done possible. Whoops. Dang it, I just closed something. My entire terminal almost went away. That would be cool. Alright, so I'm working with Claude. It's working its magic. Trying to. Lots of feedback I gave it. Oh, good. Oh, good. It's gonna make. Okay. Oh, it's giving me a question. The question is for the modals, should I create a reusable modal component? Yes. Go ahead. Bio plus profile. I'm gonna say 2 because then you'll be able to change your email. Submit answers. There we go. Ruminating. Oh no. It's gonna write a comprehensive plan. So, it's writing a comprehensive plan with everything I just told it. So, that's what we're doing. And it's creating a plan. So, I'm working on a plan. Okay. Wow, I have 20 issues I logged in that last round. That's impressive, y'all. I'm going to clear context because I have 75% used in my contacts and it's 75% used. So I don't want to I don't want to do compacting again. And I do as many rounds of this as possible. So, all right, it's creating tasks and yeah. It's creating modal components. So what we're doing is we're creating a modal component that we're going to use for everything. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Um, so oops, hold on, I'm having trouble. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm creating this component. So I'm creating it and I'm just making sure that the modal is the what I want. Um, so let me see. So I was working on task 3. And okay, so we have task 3 of 20. All right. Now I need to make significant changes to the admin page. Okay. So it's going to make significant changes. Good. Okay. So it's working on the modals and it is refactoring 15 modals. Okay. So that's what we're doing. So it's refactoring still. Again, refactoring admin modals. And yeah, it's working on it still. It's gonna take a minute. So it's working on the edit feature of the profiles currently. Yes, I want to make a migration. Go ahead. He's working on it. Okay. So still creating the modals. Breadcrumbs. Just working on more email templates for the review. Okay. All right. So let's see. Yes, I want to create a public profile. Yes, I want to build command, and then I'll do another testing session to make sure it did everything. And this is how I work. I do many, many, many rounds of this. All right. So we don't want to commit this yet because these are fresh changes and I need to test them. So you know what time it is? Testing session time. Okay, so you know the drill by now. Get out my transcribe and I start rattling off feedback. All right. So you guys know the drill. So let's go ahead and get this party started. If you guys are new, I'm working on Beyond the Gallery. It's an Apple shortcut sharing community platform. And I got a bunch of changes done. I just reported 20 bugs and Claude fixed maybe all of them. So it's time for me to do a testing session. So I use an app that I made called Perspective Transcribe on my phone. I just yap at that. I just talk about all my thoughts. This is actually how I test all my apps. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You're actually learning how we test partly at Techopolis. This is one of our ways. And that way I'm able to say, hey, I don't like this in real time. And then the Claude's like, oh, here's a raw transcript, a dictation. So, yeah, we're going to do the third round of this in just a second here. I'm going to get the shortcut. We're going to do the entire workflow over again. So, let me make sure everything still works properly, and then we can do a testing session. So, let's do this real quick. I'm going to get the URL, and then I'm going to figure out how we can delete shortcuts. I gotta figure out how to do that. All right. So let's get this party started. Okay, so this is round three. I don't even know anymore. So we're doing a testing session again on Beyond the Gallery web. And this time I'm going to go through everything that we did last time, make sure everything works, and call out a couple other bugs. One thing, what happens if a shortcut gets rejected? How can the user resubmit? There should be a resubmit workflow somewhere. Maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe a menu on the, or sorry, an item on the menu called My Shortcuts, and then it has the status of all of them in the table that we already know from start testing. I'm not sure though. Let's brainstorm that together when we actually develop it. Next off, if the user is in dark mode on their phone or their computer, it should adapt the site to dark mode. So that's something I thought of. So let me go test everything that we just made. Okay, so here we go. So let me start here with submit. Let's just start here. Okay, URL. All right. So it brought me to that summarized PDF heading. Where's this a heading? All right, that's a heading 2. That's awesome. This is really effective. So the heading level 2, I like that. That can be fixed. So that's good. Category. And I do like that the shortcut order is now the order on the category page. So that is very pleasant. I'm going to put this as artificial intelligence. Again, no publish to prod. I'm going to tab, submit for review, submitting, and the only thing is it says submitting, but it didn't actually say it was finished. So that's the only minor tweak I'd make to that submission process. Otherwise, I found it very effective and easy to use, and that button was labeled. So great job, AI. Now let me go to the categories page. Whoops. Okay, categories. One shortcut AI. Good. All right, again, we don't have the date on that one like we did on the other. So when we're on the main page, we have the date on each of these shortcuts. We don't when we are on the category detail. I will make a note that this is something that needs fixed, and this did not get fixed last time either, so it must get fixed this time. Okay? And I do like the breadcrumbs, by the way. So breadcrumbs, good job. All right, so now let's go to admin, and then we'll go to profile last. Okay? So we'll go shortcuts. Ooh. Oh, I guess there is a delete option in here. Okay. Well, hold on, wait a minute. Let me delete the other one. Wait a minute. So that's okay, wait. So it has pending, rejected, approved. I would make those tabs under the let me think. Hold on. Okay. So shortcuts should have, so I have heading for shortcuts. So I click on shortcuts, there's a heading for it. It's the shortcuts. And then it has 3 tabs, pending, approved, and whatever it is, rejected. And that way it's easier because right now it feels like the categories and emails, everything blend in together. So I would make distinctive tabs. And then we, of course, make sure you have ARIA tab panel and all that nonsense. So if I go to approve, what happens? Sure, skip into shortcuts table. Delete. Oh, good job. Interesting. Now, I'm having a weird issue. It says edit user. I was trying to delete a shortcut. It kept saying edit user. So what the world? Hold on. Okay, yeah, it's like not being accessible. So now it keeps saying edit user, edit user, edit user when I try to delete the shortcuts. That's interesting. I don't know how much I like that, but let me see. Okay, so that's something that needs to be fixed somehow. So also, this one has table with. Hold on, let me. Okay, good. 5 columns, 2 rows. Okay, good. Reject. What if I reject? By the way, so the ARIA said edit user. All of these keep saying edit user, and you did not put my focus inside the modal when I hit the button. I have to manually do it. So remember, ARIA dialog equals true. ARIA modal equals true. You did not make that work, so this is not effective. Test. And then I have to refresh because it keeps saying edit user, web dialog, edit user. So it's almost like I'm not out of the modal, even though I am. So this is a major accessibility regression that must be fixed immediately. Okay, so I have to refresh. Okay, so that's good. So, so now did I get an email saying my shortcut was rejected? Let me check. I never got any emails, so the email templates are not wired up. This needs to be fixed immediately. Okay, now, rejected. What can I do here? I can delete this one. So this is a major issue, major regression. Okay. And I should be able to, like, if it says rejected, right, I should be able to, like, approve it again. Like, let's say they resubmitted it, because I don't know. I feel like that should be a lot easier. So we should fix that. So let me go look at the profile now. I think this is it. Profile. All right. Profile. Edit profile. Oh dear. Again, the modal is not working properly. The ARIA is not wired up. This one didn't say edit user, but still it is not wired because I had to manually get myself focused. And the edit profile, interesting. Now it did. I don't know what happened. Hold on. Hold on. Let me refresh full screen here. You know what? I wonder if it's. Hold on. I wonder if it's if I'm in full screen, it does this weird thing. Login provider. Interesting. I'll fix that. I should be able to manually upload a profile picture as well. Okay. So, let me check one more thing. I think this is gonna be it. Oh dear. So if a shortcut's been removed, it should not show up on the profile. So that is an absolute bug. Needs to be fixed. So I think what I'm gonna do, y'all, I think you guys get the point. I'm gonna go fix this all offline. I'm gonna deploy what I have so you guys can see what is here. Actually, yeah, I may do that. But I am gonna need to go do some other work and try to get this done at an accelerated rate so I can meet my deadlines. But hopefully this gave you guys an idea of what we're doing. Again, check out Checkopolis, check out the app, and let me know what you think.